Jumping to number 24. Multiple choice questions that are graphed are easy. Let's first graph this. You could either graph this using the x and y intercepts because it's in standard form, or I would just go to y equals mx plus b. I would add x, cancel it out, add x. I'd have negative 4y equals x minus 3. Then I would divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. So I will have y equals negative 1/4 because there's an invisible 1 up here with the x on the side. And then negative 3 divided by negative 4, that's a positive 3/4. So if you take, let me actually ignore the answers that I have right there, and let me make my own sketch of an answer over here. So if I were to look at my graph, it crosses the y, the b value is 3/4. So if you go to 3/4, it'd be 3/4 of the way to 1, not exactly 1. And from that point, you're going to go down 1, and over 4. So if I went down 1, I would be right here. And if I go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be right there, and it would be this line right there. Kinda. So the only one with that possibility would be option A. Find the function that represents the relationship. Once again, these are coordinates, and you're really checking to see which of these machines produces these coordinates. Inputs are x's, outputs are y's. So if you input a 0 into the x right here on option A, 8 times 0 is 0, and that's output is not a 0, so it can't be option A. Going to option B. If I input 0, do I get out of 14? If I input 0, do I get out of 14? Yes, because 8 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 14 is 14. So far, so good with B. Let's try the next coordinate, 1 and 22. If I plug in a 1 right here for x, I'll get 8 times 1, which is 8. 8 plus 14 is what? Come on, guys. 8 plus 14 is 22. So when I plug in a 1, I really do get 22. If I plug in a 2 right there, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 14 is 30. And I do really get the output of 30. So 2 input, 30 output. Plug in 3 right there. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 14 is 38. So all of those work for option B. Just for kicks, is this table representing an arithmetic sequence? 14 to 22 to 30 to 38 to 46. Yeah, what's the common difference? 8. Good job. Okay, number 26. You do that the same way also. You're going to be testing inputs and outputs. 0 in here will give you out a negative 5. 1 in here will not get you a positive 2. So it cannot be option A. So 26 is B, because if you input 0 right here, 7 times 0 is 0, and 0 minus 5 is negative 5, the output. If you input 1, 7 times 1 is 7, take away 5 is 2, the output. If you input 2, 2 times 7 is 14, minus 5 is 9, the output. If you input 3 right there, 7 times 3 is 21, 21 take away 5 is 16, the output. So you can see that B is the only one that produces that entire input-output table. So for number 27, it says the number of seats in each row of a theater form an arithmetic sequence as shown in the table. How many seats are in the 12th row? So ladies and gentlemen, this is arithmetic. What is the common difference? 6, right? If I go 14, take away 8, that's 6. If I go 20, take away 14, that's 6. 26, take away 20, that's 6. So the common difference is 6. Well, that's an ugly 6. But do we see that? That the common difference is 6? Yes. Okay, now what we're going to do is go back to that formula I showed you. A sub n equals A sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference d. So far we have a 6 that's going to go right there. A sub 1 is the first term of your list. What would a sub 1 be if a sub 1 is the first term on your list? A sub 1 has to be 8. That's the first number on your list. So let's start writing this. 8 right here plus parenthesis n minus 1 close parenthesis times a common difference, which is 6. Okay? Equals an a sub nth term. Now, the a sub nth term over here, they're asking for what number?
12.
The 12th row. So what they want you to do is to input 12 right into the n. They want you to input 12 right into the n. So it's going to be 8 plus 12 minus 1 times 6. And let's find that answer.
74.
That's going to be 11 times 6. That's 66 plus 8. That will be 74. So the answer is 74. So the correct answer, whoops. Correct answer is B. Let's do number 28. Sure, why not? So jumping to number 28, that's just an inequality. You want to solve it the same way as an equation. The only difference is that if you ever multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the inequality symbol. So just like an equation, you want to get W by itself on one side, and there's W's on both sides of this inequality. So I am going to subtract 6W and subtract 6W. And I'm going to have a new inequality. I'm going to write it up here. Negative 2W minus 6 is greater than negative 20. Now I'm going to solve this thing by adding 6 and adding 6. And I'm going to have negative 2W is greater than negative 14. Negative 2W is greater than negative 14. So for my final step, I want to divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. So W, you have to flip the inequality symbol, is less than 7. So your answer is that W is less than 7. Don't get scared with this notation. It's just saying that the answers for W are W is less than 7.
Wait, what was it? 42 to what?
So number 29 and 30 are both asking to find which list is an arithmetic sequence. And to understand arithmetic sequences, we've already went over this on a different video, but just once again, because it's a lesson that we didn't really cover much during the semester. An arithmetic sequence have a common difference D. Okay? To find that common difference, simply pick a number and subtract the previous number from it. Okay, so what we need to do is pick a number, and let's say you pick 6, and you're supposed to subtract the previous number from it. Okay, so 6 take away 3 is 3. Now if you do, the thing is, if we keep reading over here, it says to find that common difference, simply pick a number and subtract the previous number from it. It says make sure it is common, should be it right there. Make sure it is common. That means the same with any number you pick. So it has to be common, it has to be consistent in all of them. So if you pick 6 and subtract the previous number from it, that's 3. But 12 take away 6, that's not 3. 12 take away 6 is 6. 24 take away 12 is 12. So this is not common. There's not a common difference here. The difference between 3 and 6, 6 take away 3 is 3. The difference between 12 and 6 is 6. So it's not common. So if we try this next one, and I'm going to try to avoid fractions for a little while, but if I say negative 3 take away a negative 7, let's actually write that out so you could see it, right? I want to say negative 3 take away a negative 7. What's the difference right there? That's really a 4. Okay? And now let's pick a different one. How about let's pick the 1 take away negative 3. So let's do that over here. 1 take away negative 3. Well, that becomes also a 4. Okay, so we do see a common difference of 4, but it has to work for all the numbers, all right? So we already did this one, take away this one. Now we already did this one, take away this one. Let's do 5, take away 1. Well, 5, take away 1 is also 4. So once again, the common difference, how do you find that common difference that makes it an arithmetic sequence? You have to take a number and subtract the one right before it from it. So this one, take away this one, or this one, take away this one, or this one, take away this one. As a matter of fact, I probably shouldn't be saying or, because it's supposed to be an and. You're supposed to do that with all of them. So the difference has to be the same. So the difference between here and here is really 4. Here and here is really 4. Here and here is really 4. Now up here, if you did go 6 take away 3 is 3, 12 take away 6 is not 3. So right there, just right there, you could just stop doing it. Anytime there's no common difference, it's no longer an arithmetic sequence. It's something else. Moving on, number 30, I'm sorry. Let's do that same concept right there. Let's find out the common difference, because there's only one of these guys that's going to have a common difference, all right? So like, let's say I went to option D, and I went, okay, 4 take away 2. Well, that's 2. 8 take away 4. That's 4. Okay, right off the bat, you already know that the difference is not the common. It's not in common. Over here, you had a difference of 2. Over here, you had a difference of 4. So D cannot be it. Okay. Let's try option A. If I pick a number like 0 and subtract the 1 before it, that from it, it's going to be 0, take away a negative 7. So we know that that's going to be positive 7, because a minus minus changes to plus plus. And then if we go 7 take away 0, 7 take away 0 is 7. So far there is a common difference, but it has to work for all of them. Okay, because if this last one is not 7, then it's not an arithmetic sequence, it's something else. However, we do see that when you go 14, take away this 7 right here, 14, take away 7, it really does give you 7 also. So the common difference is 7, and there is a common difference in all terms, between all terms, so that makes it arithmetic. Okay. Oh, wait. Wow. I just realized that up here it says which is not an arithmetic. Well, A is an arithmetic, so that's not your answer, because okay, this is really weird. Sorry. Okay, so A is, and they're looking for the is not an arithmetic. So we know that D is not an arithmetic. Well, please be very careful. Look at that. I'm a math teacher and I made that mistake. I almost got the wrong answer there. It says determine which sequence is not an arithmetic. So we did D over here and we saw that the difference was not common, so this one was not arithmetic. So A was arithmetic. That means that all of these other ones should be arithmetic also. So if we do quickly check option C, if you do 6 take away 10, remember you got to pick a number and subtract the one before it. So if you go 6 take away 10, it's always a good idea to write it down. That's negative 4. If you go 2 take away 6, 2 take away 6, that's also negative 4. If you go negative 2 take away 2, negative 2 take away 2, that's also negative 4. So this is also an arithmetic sequence. Even over here, and I'm not going to do my work here, but 1/2 take away 0 is 1/2. If you go 1 take away 1/2, that's 1/2. If you go 3/2, which is really 1 and 1/2, take away 1, it's 1/2. So all of these are arithmetic except for D. So please be very careful. We only have a couple of seconds left on this video, but going back to these notes, you need a common difference in order for it to be arithmetic, and it has to be in all terms. Now this other actual formula that we have here, we use this to find certain values. Like if I said find the fifth term, well, that's easy. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth term would be the next number. But if I asked you for the 50th term, then you would plug in your first term on your list, your common difference, and you would solve for n. Or actually 50th term, that would be a 50 right there, and you'd be able to solve and get your answer.